nothing, bruv. It wasn't even that, bruv.
Nah.
We're just holding you accountable for the shit you said.
That's it. That's it. 100%.
Simple.
Oh shit. What up, guys? It's the Smash Bros here, and we are here to serve your gaming and anime needs.
Let's go.
You've obviously seen the highlights, so stay tuned to see all of the hypeness that we're going to be going through in this episode. And yeah, bap. So, my brothers, have you man been?
Man's been good, fam.
Yeah?
Yeah, man just came back from vacation and that. You know what
Come
I'm saying?
on.
You know, man's got a little bit more caramel on him now.
Come
you know what I
on.
mean?
For the audience, where you been?
Man's been in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, come on.
Dubai week.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, so I haven't been watching or gaming a lot since we were last together. But I'll change that soon, so don't watch that, man.
Yeah, no,
Okay. All right.
What about you, Leo? How you been?
I've been alright. Just working. Not much gaming either. Just
Nah.
working and a bit of anime.
To be fair, I know like you've been on the grind hard because normally you take your weekends off, but I know you've been doing some overtime,
Yeah,
putting in that work.
Just working hard.
Okay.
So
No, I get that.
Yes, I haven't been gaming much. Obviously, we beat Raid out the other day.
Yes, we
AT
did.
Raid out.
AT raid out. Ooh, you need to actually get on that, bro.
I'm gonna confess in a little bit, but let's go.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Apart from that, just been chilling, man.
We're gonna have to talk about that as well on here because we haven't really spoken about the title update in general.
no,
We haven't. And I don't think you've actually played it yet, have you?
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Okay, we'll get to that, but what were you
Yeah, what you saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not bad, you know. Work. I don't know if the audience can hear me like the way I sound. I'm a little bit ill at the moment. But you know, we're surviving. We're surviving.
Here, man.
For the podcast, right?
Yeah. Come on, man. I can't miss out on any of this. Like I have to, you know, anything for the podcast. Come on. Apart from maybe watching that Nintendo.
What's that?
I still haven't watched it. Do you know what it is? Do you know why? Okay, should I honestly tell you right? Yeah.
Alright, go on.
You know, we agreed upon doing an episode specifically for that with one of our friends, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking more so I'm gonna watch it closer to that time so I can make some proper notes and then
but
ammo
You know what's
loaded and
funny,
everything.
bro? Like,
I still haven't watched
Ain't gonna
it.
save you. The notes ain't gonna save you.
Yeah, because like
Do you know what it is? I'm just gonna have Faris there, yeah, to prove all my points for me, and I'm just
the
be
thing
like,
is,
I'm gonna let him talk.
If you haven't even watched it, what points are you trying to prove? There is no points to prove because Faris his points is he's watched it and it's based on that. But you don't know your points yet.
Yeah.
You have no idea what your points are.
Plus,
they're gonna
he's
come.
gonna say from his perspective about how he feels about Nintendo, right? You made some claims 2 episodes ago, and we're coming for that specifically.
Yeah, just that. Not what
And
you
he
felt
might
of
even
it.
join in with us and be like, actually, yeah, you did say this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Cheesy.
Just
amazing.
can I just say something really funny?
I gotta say something because last
episode.
episode I was kind of pissed off. 'Cause I didn't emphasize this enough. Yeah. Basically, what he said. We're not coming after you for after, and you're assuming that you guys are going to be aligned. But you haven't even watched it. So why are you chatting and acting like you guys are going to be on the same page?
Just really
You know what I
funny.
mean?
So you know,
It's a 3-3-1.
you know AJ, Assassin.
Assassin.
Shout out.
Bro. He literally watched the podcast, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Then he
come
came at me straight away. You know that, right? I think he even commented in the video, bro. Yo, he didn't let off on me. You know that, like just on WhatsApp. Yeah, I'm just getting messages from him. You know that, it's crazy. I was just like. I had to.
So now, like, if you watched it and you didn't like it, that's fair enough. Like, we can have a conversation, but that's not our beef with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
From what I said previously. Fair enough.
And that's what pisses me off even more. Because that episode, you're basically like, they're attacking you because of that. It wasn't that.
Nothing, bro. It wasn't even that, bro.
No.
We're just holding you accountable for the shit you said.
That's it. That's it. 100%.
Simple.
Oh shit. But yeah. So I know you man haven't really been done too much gaming or what have you been watching then? I know you said anime.
All right. Let me confess.
Confess.
All right. So Shibz, you saying like, I didn't touch any of the title update. This guy don't even remember, bro. Yeah. I think we had think about How I Met Your Mother when I say this.
Okay.
We had a sandwich, right? And we were playing. And it was Dual Blades Day.
Oh yeah.
And who's that One of the monsters that came in the first update. He was there, but we only fought him once.
Joe.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
So I was fighting him. I don't even know if you remember. Yeah. I failed that quest twice with dual blades, right? I said, no, I'm cool. Just it's late. It's late. Let me chill. And the peak thing is, I finally got to see Blue Demon mode as well. So like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing wrong, but fuck it.
Yeah.
But I have not played Monster Hunter since, man. I've been mashing Avowed.
Avowed?
Yeah, I've been loving that game, man. It's crazy. Okay.
I
mean, that's all you got me bashing, right?
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm going out, the living lands and shit. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you're enjoying it, because I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you played it. Cause I haven't really been playing it with you. I didn't even know you played.
Yeah, it was just that once, but I haven't touched Monster Hunter like that, man.
Speaking of, like, I have my gripes with Wilds now. You do? After playing it for a while now. I'm at like.
We can talk about that a bit.
Yeah,
because I did have a question for you too. But what's your gripe?
It's just more so. It doesn't like. It feels like. So it feels like the feeling that I got when I finished Sunbreak. I'm already getting that now, with just the base game.
Oh shit!
Do you see what I mean?
What do you mean? I don't.
Like, so at the end of Sunbreak, it's literally the end of the game pretty much, and like at that point in Sunbreak, I was like just playing the game to like min max everything that I can.
And that's what you're feeling right now. You're just playing it just for min max, not
for
enjoyment.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Man's clocking in.
Yeah. So you feel like you've pretty much reached what the game has to give you.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's very, very early. Even with in base Rise, I didn't feel like that at the end of Rise. Do you know what I mean? Before like even before like the expansion and everything like that. Yeah. But in this, it just I don't know where it is. Like even when I'm trying like new weapons, like for example, like when we were playing the other day, I've been using Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And like it just like.
You know what? I'm feeling similar, but the reason I haven't made many videos, also because I've been busy.
Yeah.
But also, I need to really understand why I feel that way. I don't understand fully why I feel that way. That's why I haven't put out too many, like, emotion, like, what's it called? My opinions yet, because I don't know what my full opinions are yet. Why those opinions are. Yeah, process that.
Thoughts.
But it's similar. I feel like there's not much I want to do.
Yeah.
Like
that's how I feel. Like, because the thing is like, I agree as well with you because I don't know why I feel like that.
Yeah.
But it's
just how you feel.
Yeah.
But even in Rise, when there wasn't like too much to do, I still wanted to play.
Yeah, because there was a wide variety of monsters that I can fight and it feels like...
Or maybe it's just because it was... For me, I'm thinking maybe it was just I had more fun. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's literally all it.
Yeah.
I just had more fun.
Yeah,
I had more fun.
Yeah.
I was more willing to
pick up the controller and play the game. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about it and I don't know. I honestly don't.
Man. Shit.
I still go back to me feeling like that Capcom rushed the game.
I mean, 100%.
Yeah, and I feel like if they... I don't get me wrong, like, I was gassed about the release date being on my birthday and everything and all of that stuff, right, yeah? But at the same time, like, now, and hindsight is, like, obviously...
It's 2020, right?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And now I would happily have, if I could go back, and I could speak to Capcom myself, I would be like, guys, I beg you, just delay it for a few more months. Just delay it. I don't care. Even if I have to wait another year, I'll happily wait. Like, but you give us a game where, like, I have that same feeling of when I played Rise and Sunbreak. Even World and Iceborne, because even in World and Iceborne, right, like, the advantage, like, sort of, the one thing that World and Iceborne had was, it's the first game of the generation of that generation of where like we had that sort of open worldness in the sense of like the what's it called
I'm gonna stop you there because it was your first game anyway.
No 100%.
So
but I played
it being the first of that doesn't change anything when it comes to
but what I mean is because remember when we went to Amsterdam and I was trying to play the game with you, man, as well, right? Yeah, the thing that I couldn't click with in that time is that it just felt too clunky and like I couldn't play the game. Like I just felt like it didn't fit with me. It didn't like suit what I wanted and like what I liked in terms of the game, right? Yeah. But when I started playing World, I was like, yo, this feels like a game where I feel like I can move freely. I don't feel restricted and things like that from my experience of just playing any Monster Hunter in general. And like I did play a little bit in the sense I tried to get into it. I genuinely tried and like it just wasn't for me at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
And then but like in World and Iceborne, like it was like obviously brand new game for me in that sense, and like I just wanted to play the game, like I just wanted to mash the game out, right? And it kept going, and like there was always something that I wanted to do. Same again in Rise and Sunbreak. Do you know what I mean? And even more so in Rise and Sunbreak, because it took what I enjoyed in World and then just made it better for me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
We find it just into the hunter experience that you want.
Yeah. But in this, don't get me wrong, like I love a lot of the things they bought in World, right? But it feels unpolished. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels there's a lot of potential in the game for sure, but it feels like rather than 100%, it feels like it's at like 70 or 75 or whatever percentage anyone wants to put on or put down on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I think we've said it as a joke, right? And the more I play the game, the more it does feel like this. It just feels like Arkfield Simulator.
Yeah, it does feel like Arkfield Simulator.
I
even made a game that. Before I open up the map, I asked the chat how many Arkfields are there on the map. Like,
he does this.
Pick a pick. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2.
Like the other day.
There's at least one day. Yeah, there's always at least one.
Like the other day, literally, because he said it. Yeah, you had like what 2?
I think I had 2.
You had 2 on your map. I had 3 on my map. Yeah. Like on all of the maps, there was at least 3 in each of the areas.
Capcom, man.
Bro, like on my saved investigations, it's literally just 3 monsters. You know that? It's Arkfeld, Zoshia, and Mizu, and that is it.
I guess Gore as well.
No, I don't even know because the 8-star Gore isn't out yet.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, so you can't get even tempered. You can't get the good stuff.
Like so with you can, but like it's not as much as getting a tempered Mizu or a tempered Arkfeld or even Zoshia.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know that. Okay.
Like. Yes, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday when I was playing, because I always check the map to see what's there so I can save as an investigation, right?
Yeah.
First time I saw a Gore quest that I genuinely wanted, because, you know, I was hunting that specific decoration, which I posted in our group chat afterwards, right? Yeah. It was a Gore, regular Gore quest. And it had like 7 of the attack decorations you can get from it. Yeah. So so I was like, hell yeah, I'm saving that, and I'm gonna, because for future as well. Like if I want something else specifically, I can use that quest to try and farm it. So it was the only time that like I literally went out of my way to fight Gore. Yeah. Like the it's really annoying because a lot of the monsters in that game are really cool. Like I love the concept of a lot of the monsters in the game, especially a lot of the Leviathans, because in the past 2 games, obviously for me, those are the only other 2 that I've played. Like, World didn't have Leviathans, and in Rise we only had
we had Mizu,
and what's the mud one? Almadron, and then the fire version of it as well. Those were the only 3, I think. I'm pretty sure. Geratus is one. No.
So I think probably 3.
Yeah, I think there was only 3. Yeah. So like. There's a lot more Leviathans.
Well, Mizu had 2 other forms, Apex and Violet. So I guess 5.
Yeah.
I'm counting that because you said
no, which is fair.
Amazon substitutes.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So, but like, I feel like in this game, they just didn't really. They could have focused on the other monsters and made them more sort of. Give us something like where we will fight these, especially the newer monsters. Like we would want to fight them more if there was a reason for us to fight them. Do you know what I mean? Because at a certain point in the game, like people are just gonna want to fight to try and make builds and things like that, right? Yeah. And if you're only fighting like
they're probably there right now.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them are, including myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like, and I know you love making so many different crazy builds. I know you love doing that as well in Monster Hunter in general.
Yeah, making weapons and builds. But I guess the build system in this game is a bit strange. It kind of makes it feel weird when making builds,
because again it goes back to what I was saying as well, for me anyway. Like it goes back to what I was saying about in Rise and Sunbreak, how like at the end of it I was just there min-maxing, and I feel like they've like fast forwarded that into this base game, because you know with the Artium weapons kind of thing. Yeah,
that's a flop, man. Artium weapons, I think they've ruined.
100% agree with you on
a lot of that. Well, I think like what Artium weapons is basically what what Capcom wants Monster Hunter to kind of be for that the mainline ones. They want it to be like a games of service where they keep adding in updates and RNG for you guys to keep on playing, and then slowly creep stuff in. And then it comes to the arting weapons, which are literally RNG weapons.
Yeah.
With RNG rewards from it. And to get those, you need RNG materials. I was even watching a video on it today. And it's RNG on RNG on RNG 100%. On RNG.
Yeah. Fuck you know.
And it's like, and they're the best weapons. And it's also a way for them to have weapons that aren't currently available. Like, Longsword doesn't have a blast weapon.
Yeah.
Lance doesn't have I think a sleep weapon. So it's like a way for you to get those stuff that you can't get.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just really tacky.
No, it is. But the thing is, like sort of the concept of the way you get Artian weapons, right? Yeah, I'd only seen in Iceborne and in Sunbreak, which is deep it. They're the expansions of the main base game, right? Yeah. And then they normally add that right towards the end. Yeah. And it's never in the base game. It's never been in the base game. Like in World, it was slightly different how you would get the materials, because then so with the Artian weapons, you get those fucking materials to actually make
the weird materials.
Whatever they're called, right? Yeah. In a way, it's similar to in World, because you get those materials in World as well to make the OP weapons, right? But like, even then, it was different. You wouldn't roll them and things like that the way you would do in Wilds. It was. I think it's just literally you just needed this specific type of material, and then you just go and upgrade the weapon, and that's it. Like, you go and upgrade whatever weapon you have. Like, it weren't like for a specific weapon. It was literally just whatever weapon you have, you can upgrade that weapon, whatever it was. Do you know what I mean? But in this, it's like you have to make this specific weapon and then upgrade that specific weapon with the materials that you get as well. Do you know what I mean? And like, it just, I feel like it killed part of what Monster Hunter is, which is going and trying other weapons from like that you would not normally maybe use. Do you know what I mean? And then making those crazy builds.
Yeah, that's G basically.
Nah, but even in Rise they did that, because there was one thing in Rise,
selection ain't like G.
Yeah, that's true.
There was one thing that I loved in Rise, like the base game that they did, especially for Charge Blade as well, right? Yeah, I think you could apply that to a lot of the other weapons as well. Is there was a skill called Blunt or something like that, right? Yeah, where literally, obviously, in which we all know is, with the weapons, the better the sharpness, the more damage it does. But this skill basically allowed you so that you actually want to have a weapon that is in green sharpness.
Bludgeoner.
Yes, Bludgeoner, that's it. Yeah.
I remember, because I made a few builds with it.
Yeah. Bro, do you know how much I love that skill? Because you can make some really niche builds, with weapons that you normally wouldn't use, because the sharpness is terrible on it. Do you know what I mean? Slap that skill on. Bro, that weapon goes from really wank to like really good. Yeah. Because the damage is crazy.
Yeah, but in this game, it's a bit strange because we're fighting against other attack skills for our weapons so much that some skills you just can't touch.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, a lot of our armor also has really strong offensive skills. So even though they wanted to balance it, it's not really balanced anyway.
No. They just said, this on that and this on this.
Yeah.
Like, because I really love like what they've done in this game with how the skills work.
I like the idea.
I love the idea.
But I don't think the execution's on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I love the idea and the concept of it, but it's just, I think it's because they rushed the game, that they didn't really take time to consider how to balance everything properly.
Yeah, I think like I'm not gonna act like they haven't made mistakes in the past with like base games, because they have. Like World Streamstones was a similar thing. Yeah, with RNG, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Rise, they had no end game. Let's just say, for example, that was one thing that was bad. So this game having similar, fair enough, but you kind of hope they learn from these mistakes and they improve. I think that's probably my kind of gripe. Like, it doesn't feel like they're learning. It's the same thing, or worse in the case of Arterion versus Streamstone, because it's like a worse Streamstone. Yeah, in a sense. But it just keeps getting worse, and it's like, why can't you guys improve?
In terms of the RNG of getting the materials, it's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
the RNG of getting the right upgrades when you enforce it, that's terrible.
Yeah, the reinforcement things.
Yeah,
that's that
terrible.
is horrible.
That's
but
terrible.
and I'm not saying people should play the game like this because it's not the way the game is designed to be played. But like, obviously, a lot of people save scum, so like it technically saves materials.
Yeah.
But like,
if you're forced to save scum, then the system it doesn't work.
It doesn't work because it shows that then the game doesn't like the way the game is supposed to be played doesn't necessarily work. No. Because save scumming, I don't know if you're familiar with the term. And
no.
So basically, literally, like because of the RNG in the reinforcements of the, so we'll use wilds as an example. Like, so you've created the Arteon weapons. And when you create the Arteon weapons, you can increase certain stats anyway. But then afterwards, you got to upgrade them, right, with the specific materials. And then to upgrade them, that's the RNG, right? Yeah. And what a lot of people do, so the way the RNG is determined, it's already determined once you create the weapon. You just don't know it until you've upgraded the weapon.
That's peak.
Do you know what I'm saying? So what a lot of people do is they'll create, like, let's say 10 of the specific weapon, but they'll save it before they've created any of these weapons. And then they'll create them, upgrade the weapons, all 10 of them, right? And then they'll see what ones give the necessary upgrades they want, and then reload the game, and then they'll number each weapon like 1 to 10,
and then only do the ones that they actually get the benefit, the ones that they want.
So, but the way it works is so let's say you've created 10 weapons. Like, let's say you've created 10 longswords or 10 sword and shields. Yeah,
you just name 1 to 10.
1 to 10, right?
The ones
and
that
then
are good, you keep that. But from the previous save file.
So you reload the file after you've upgraded all 10.
And you know exactly which ones to keep.
Yeah, basically. Exactly, yeah. So then you'll create the 10 weapons again, or let's say you've only needed weapons 2 and 4. Yeah,
you keep those ones, and then you rename them again and go through that process
until you get what you sort of. Because the thing is it's like, imagine it's like so you got those 10, yeah, but then you've only you've upgraded all 10, but you've only liked 2 and 3 or 2 and 4, yeah. So then you reload the file, and then you'll create 1 to 4, because you have to create all of those up to the 4th one, yeah. And then you'll upgrade only 2 and 4, and then discard the other ones that you've made.
Oh, you even dash it?
Yeah, you just dash it.
Damn.
Yeah, but the thing with the dashing, those weapons that you haven't needed, right? You get the materials back.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. So then that way you're not wasting certain materials.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Wow, it's already sounding like a madness.
It is. It really is. It really is.
At base.
I think it just comes into the fact that they want to come up with these game of service ways to keep people playing.
Yeah.
Rather than just give them a full quality game at the start, at the end.
Yeah.
And I know people say like, this is what like Rise was like and World was like, but before 5th gen, that's not what Monster Hunter was about.
I think. Do you know what the mad thing is right? Yeah, and we spoke about this when Sunbreak was out and we were playing it. Like, I felt like they did because RNG is inevitable in a lot of these type of games.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel it's like utilizing that RNG in a way where it's not invasive to the gaming experience. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Sunbreak did that fairly well. Like, so, you know, at the end with the anomaly stuff, and then you upgrade like certain anomaly skills, or upgrade armor for like the skills with the anomaly materials and things like that, right? Yeah, I feel like they did that fairly well, because and it was actually balanced, because there's certain skills that are really OP and they wouldn't allow you to have other OP skills with on
OP.
Do you know what I mean? And even if you did get roller OP skill, they removed the existing OP skill on the armor already. So then that way it's not broken in that sense. So you're not getting like crazy things. And I felt like they did that fairly well. And I don't know why they reverted back to having so much more RNG, because in Rise and Sunbreak, Sunbreak, because obviously that's where the anomaly stuff was, like, I felt like they found a good balance, because they still let you control certain aspects of it as well, because it's not full on RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG, as we've mentioned. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like it's perfect, but I think if they kept on improving on that, they could have gotten to perfection.
Like, and we're not asking for them to give us something that is 100% perfect. No. We want something that is close, because nothing, in my opinion, can be perfect in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, but having something close to it is better than what, in my opinion, what we have right now. Because
right now
the
it sounds
RNG
like
on
bullshit.
RNG on RNG is crazy, bro. Like it is really stupid.
And for it to be the strongest stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, people aren't using other weapons because what's the point?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah.
And like, don't even in Sunbreak, like I used a lot of different weapons that like when I say different weapons, I mean like for Charge Blade, like I'd used a lot of different charge blades that I normally wouldn't use. Do you know what I mean? But like in this game, you can't really do that. Like because of two reasons. One, because of the Artyom weapons being so strong, and two, because of the way the skill, like the mechanics and of the skills are.
Yeah, some certain weapons have certain skills tied to them.
Exactly.
So it's really hard to
from that
weapon.
And
then also because of the decoration slots as well that are on the weapons as well. Because because let's be honest, right? Yeah, like if we're making a build, we want to have as much flexibility as possible, and to have that much flexibility, we need those skill slots. And again, the Artyom weapons just have great skill slots.
They all have free slots.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And since there's decorations that have level 3s and then one level 1, you can kind of
with the combo decorations as well.
Ones,
so like that makes it even more of an incentive to have those Artyom weapons.
Because the normal ones don't have 3. They have
some of them do.
Some of them have 2 3s and then 1 1 or 1 2.
Yeah.
Most of them have 1 3, 1 2, and 1 1.
That's
what most of them have.
Yeah. Even like for example, like before Zoshia came through, everyone was flipping literally praying that this weapon that we're gonna get from Zoshia is gonna compete with these Artyom weapons. And to a certain extent, it does, but it's still not good enough to be considered on par with it. Do you know what I mean? Even with the specific skill that it gets as well on the weapon. Do you know what I mean? Like even the slots aren't great because it's 3 2 1.
Unfortunate. Like
it's dumb it's really dumb when you think about it, because this is the big boss. You would think that it would have the best weapon. Do you know what I mean?
And guys, we have to like stress this. Like Shibz isn't a doomer. He's out of us three, I'd say he's the most like loving playing wilds like crazy. Yeah. It's not like he's like wants to hate the game. This is just his
but like I mean you gotta think about it, right? Before the release, up to the release, even after the release, you saw how gassed I was about the game. Do you know what I mean?
He's always gassed.
And I've put a lot of hours into it. Like I'm nearly I'm not like some of the guys in the chat and in the Discord. Like no, not even Scythe, but lady I forget her name. And
Lady Votes?
Yes. Bro, she's hunted like gore more than 1,000 times.
Yeah, but she's crazy.
Yeah, she's nearly at HR 999.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Some of my subs are crazy.
Yeah, but no, hats off to you guys, because it's amazing like that you guys have got there so quick as well. But
even Lady Votes, he's had some.
So, I'd love, like, genuinely, if you guys watch the podcast, I'd love to hear what you guys think as well, because I genuinely want to know, because this is the first time with any Monster Hunter game that I've played, like where I feel like this so early on in the lifespan of the game as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I've only felt like this towards the back end of the expansion, not even the base game. Because in World and in Rise, I didn't feel like this, because I just felt like, I just want to carry on playing the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. It was
and
same
especially, and I know, like, we still have all these title updates coming up. But if
I don't like that fact though.
No, I completely agree.
I just have to say, like, just wait for the title update, because people are saying that.
Yeah.
And I want to move on to the title updates, because we can talk about this part forever. But like they were saying, wait for the title update, wait for the different wait for this, and it's like,
but we shouldn't have to do that.
We shouldn't have to. And even though we waited, it's like it's still not there.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, Mizu's a bitch. The only Mizu's hard is 5-star tempered.
Yeah.
And then it's only hard because they made it hit so hard that it's even harder than Gore.
Yeah.
But the moveset isn't that crazy.
Nah.
It feels worse than normal Mizu.
Yeah.
And Rise.
Yeah. Like the experience of fighting Mizu, it's I preferred.
I don't find it fun in this game.
I preferred Rise's.
Yeah, Rise's
Mizu was so much fun.
And the music's much better.
Yeah.
This one's garbage. I'm telling you, it's like
I've been on this.
Music is terrible.
No, we spoke about this the other day on the stream as well. Like, I know you're not a huge fan of the music in general.
I haven't liked the music in Wilds. I don't know what it is. It's just what's it called? Ray Dao. I can listen to Ray Dao's music all day.
Yeah.
That's it. coming back to Monster the Rise, I can listen to pretty much all the soundtrack. I love all the soundtrack.
Yeah.
All of it. Magnum Milo was still my theme tune. 4 or 5 years later, I still listen to it. When I'm writing a script and it's gonna be like me raging, Magnum Milo's coming on. And after that, it's Valve tracks. If I'm getting hyped, it's Espinaz. You see the trend? Espinaz is a hype theme.
No,
that's
true,
the thing.
true.
But what else music? What am I playing?
Espinaz's music. I ain't playing Oh man, Espinaz's music.
I ain't playing music
as well.
I ain't playing the desert. I ain't playing none of that shit.
Do you know what? Speaking of Espinaz, I'm really disappointed that they didn't give us another Frontier monster for the title update.
Oh yeah, people
because that would have made so much more sense.
Maybe eventually, but once again, maybe eventually.
Exactly. This is the thing. Like even in World, right? Yeah, like before the title update, there was still so much you could do in the game. Like there was a lot. Like Kirin was in the base game, right? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was there before like any title update.
I think so, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but like
I'm pretty sure
that was a flipping hard ass monster for a lot of people to get past.
Yeah, Kirin was a big wall for a lot of people.
It was a big wall. And like that was a challenge, and even they haven't put a challenge like that in front of us yet.
No, and I guess when they do, it's mostly just the tempered boost up the damage really, really high.
And that's it. But like
apart from that,
but that doesn't make much of a difference. That doesn't make much of a like so. You know where I was trying to farm to get that decoration, which I finally got. Thank fuck! Oh my god, I can't believe it took me this long just.
I was surprised. Cause I had 2.
You had 2 of them.
Psych had 2.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize it was rare. I'm like, wow, they got 2.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I ain't using it.
It's one of the rarer decorations. It's one of the combo decorations. Like, but I've got like 4 of one of the other rarer ones, which is Razor Sharp Handicraft.
Yeah, I would have that one too. So
you probably do. You probably do.
Actually, I remember seeing that one.
I've seen something like that.
I've told you, bro. RNG hates me. RNG, whenever it comes to any kind of RNG, it always takes me fucking forever to try and get what I need.
Yeah.
But like going back to we don't, and I think you would agree with me when I say this as well, right? Yeah, is we don't want a monster that we already know, right? Where it's a case of to make them more difficult is just making them more of a damage sponge. And just them hitting harder. Like we want something like where like they actually mix their moves up and things like that. I mean, AT Raydao has done sort of that. Yeah, but it's very minimal.
Yeah, I think AT Raydao's okay. I'm just gonna talk about it quickly. I think it's okay. It's just a lot of AoE. Pretty much it.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because a lot of people were complaining about Sunbreak. A lot of, at least the world fan base was complaining about Sunbreak, saying Sunbreak has too much AoE. They literally threw Raydao, every move is AoE.
Yeah.
Like literally every single move is AoE.
Yeah.
No cap.
So I don't know if I want to mention it because like you haven't thought it.
He'll get to it, but it's basically all AoE. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
That's what you need to know. So it's like people didn't like that kind of difficulty, but that's the difficulty they're going for.
I don't mind the AoE because if anything, right, that AoE that he's gotten with the AT version, right, I would have expected that from base Raydao. Because the fucker controls thunder, bro. Like why is it not there all the time? Do you know what I mean? Like, it would make more sense for it to be there all the time.
Well, I thought it was kind of cool that he got that AoE in his, in this
area.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Only in the area.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Which is fair enough, yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But, like, I was just talking about more of what people were saying overall. Like, they didn't like AoE. Now this is how they're solving the problem with AoE. I don't mind it.
I don't know if it's solving a problem, but
it's not solving a problem.
It's not. It's definitely not.
But at least it's there.
Band-Aid, isn't it?
Yeah,
at least it's there.
You know that meme. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme of where it's a water tank and they're like trying to sell that fucking industrial tape where they just slap it over the crack. Do you know what I mean? Like that's literally what Capcom have done with that.
Yeah. So I guess we have to see where they go from here.
Yeah. It's just really sad because it's a game that I love and like I feel like Capcom have not handled it well. And this is the first time I'm genuinely criticizing them about.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're the one to do it.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I fucking love the game and it's just. But
another thing I want to come back to when you said about monsters, like I don't know how I feel about the monsters in this game. I mean, I like some of them, but like I don't really care about them. Like I like Rise ones much more. I like the monsters much more.
Yeah, like the concept of the monsters I love. But I feel like they could have done more to focus on them because even throughout the story, it felt like you just rush through it. Do you know what I mean? Like they slow you down to like flipping taking the fucking landscape and everything that you're doing.
Yeah, Miss JJ,
which is your favorite thing to do.
Skip everything.
Everything that you could skip, because that's stuff.
Some shit you just gotta deal with.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on your side with that. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it either, but
why have I got fucking like be told? Oh yeah, look to your left. You can see the sun fucking setting and all of this shit.
Oh, nice.
Like, I don't need to see that. If I want to see that, I'll do it in my own time.
Facts.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, because there's certain things that you do have to go around the map to like explore and find things, which is fair enough. But you're literally restricting our movement. So what are we actually gaining from this?
You don't
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's literally. I think I don't know if I said this. It's
interactive.
I might have said this. It's like those college students who like sniff their own farts, think they're so smart. They think they're the best. The art students who think they're better than everyone else. That's basically what Capcom are doing. They're thinking like, we need to show these guys we know what cinema is, but no one cares about this.
Yeah, exactly.
No hunters cares about it. Maybe the casuals who don't play Monster Hunter care, but no Monster Hunter fan cares about walking and seeing this stuff. So that stuff isn't made for Monster Hunter fans. It's made for the artsy people to seem that our game is cinema. Our game is AAA, quadruple A, whatever. But that's not what Monster Hunter is. Like the people who've been playing Monster Hunter for ages, they didn't like Monster Hunter because it was like massive graphic, like big world.
Because
they liked it.
They never had that.
Are sick.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can create builds and we can fight monsters. That was it. That was
the core of the game.
Yeah, that's what I care about. I don't care about all this other fluff. All this is it's just fluff to me.
Yeah. Like now that I've played the game for how long it's been as well, I think I'm probably like 200-300 hours in or something like that, right? Yeah. I've realized that this game was not targeted for existing Monster Hunter fans. I genuinely feel like that.
To be honest, I don't think any mainline Monster Hunter has been targeted for Monster Hunter fans since Monster Hunter 4U.
I don't know.
I think since then they've been shifting what they want to broaden the horizon to more people. Yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done the shifts they've done in 4th gen to 5th gen. That would not have happened if they were focused only on Monster Hunter fans.
Yeah,
true.
Because of what you just said, I want to ask. Then, would you consider Rise and Sunbreak as a mainstream?
They literally Rise and Sunbreak. They literally said just hunt.
Yeah,
so that's what fans want.
That's why I'm asking you this question.
Yeah, so that one. Yeah, they said fans want to hunt. This is you hunting.
Yeah. That and
that's it.
I just wish that they expanded on that rather than like what it seems like, which is they've gone back to the drawing board and just said, let's just expand and try and see how many more new people we can get in.
What I've got to say to you, I think we got to see what the portable games is going to be like, because I think in the end you might like portable games more.
Yeah, but I mean, I fucking love Sunbreak and Rise as well. So like,
it's possible. I'm not. I don't know. Capcom might
have to buy stuff,
innit? Switch that up as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might have to buy a Switch 2 then.
Switch 2? I'm cussing it, though.
Nah, you told us a trailer first, man. You can't just talk to it. You killed that shit, man. Watch that trailer.
But yeah, it is really sad that they've done what they've done.
And Joshia, I mean, people were saying maybe they left Joshia because they want to do all the story stuff, and no, they didn't care.
I feel like
because you go see Joshia, you just like, oh yeah, fire him. Okay, you kill him. Oh, nothing.
No.
Have you beat him yet?
No.
You still haven't?
No.
After you've been, there's no new story. There's nothing.
No, it's just literally just it's just another hunt now. It's just another hunt.
Yeah, no, I thought so. I'm not missing anything.
No.
I miss shit.
So all of that theorizing that maybe they didn't put it in because they want to do all this stuff. No, none of that.
Well,
it's just garbage, fam.
Unless they do something in the title update 2 or 3. I mean, 2 they probably won't because they've already told us what they're going to be.
Beyond coping.
Listen, this is just me now, like sort of speculating more than anything else, obviously. But I can't see them happening. I can't see it happening. But like I just want to give Capcom the benefit of the doubt to a certain extent.
I give them a benefit of the doubt
when they giving them the benefit of the doubt for way too long, bro.
Yeah.
Just leave
I mean, that's why I had to say what I had to say.
So I give them a benefit of the doubt when it came to Rise because they did the same thing with All Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I even though I didn't like it and I criticized them for it. I said, okay, COVID happened. Fair enough. All right,
but they had a valid reason then.
They did, but even then, it was because of money. Yeah. All right. So in the end, it's because of money. So fair enough. You did it because of COVID, but you could have still held on, but you wanted the money sooner.
Yeah.
That's why you did it.
Yeah.
I was like, fine. Okay, I get it, but fine. They did it again, but there's no reason for it to happen this time.
There wasn't. There really wasn't.
There's none. They announced the game over a year before it came out.
Yeah.
And then they gave a release date when they knew it wasn't ready. Why'd you do that then?
Exactly.
And it really
financial goals, bro.
Financial goals, 100%. That was
it kind of. It's really sad because I think we mentioned this before as well. It's because of the fact that Capcom hadn't reached that target that they were meant to by the end of the financial year. And then that's why they rushed the release, and the rush of the release actually got them to exactly the number, around the number that they needed to be at. Yeah. And it's so sad that, and again, I don't also think, right, that I forget his name, the actual creator for Musana when he's on the actual
Ryozo.
Yeah, I don't think Ryozo. I don't think
this guy's speaking about
I don't think he probably wanted to do that, but his hand was probably forced because of all the
other man in suits, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Because I reckon he also sees the backlash of everything that's happening right now. And he probably regrets it himself, but he was forced to do it.
What are you gonna do?
Do you know what I mean? Because
what are you gonna do?
This is a man who's, how long has the series been running for now?
20 bit years.
And I highly doubt that he would want to hear all this kind of negative, the negativity, towards the game that he has been making for like 20 plus years. Do you know what I mean?
And
And it's really sad that a game like this has gotten to this stage in that sense. Again, even this, it's not even just the story or the game mechanics. Even, well, when I say game mechanics, I mean for the RNG and everything like that. But even just for people who still are enjoying the game to a certain extent, right? Yeah, they've still got complaints about certain things such as, and this one I fucking hate so much as well, which is the latency problem with the
longsword.
Not just
longsword, more weapons.
It's most impactful on the longsword,
okay,
but it is on other weapons as well. It is on other weapons. I don't know specifically which ones because I've only heard mainly about the longsword. Okay, but it's fucking disgusting, bro.
You know, it's funny. So there was something similar to that in Rise back in the day when it first launched. And I remember so many ponies were saying, this is what you get for releasing on Nintendo Switch and all this stuff.
Well,
long and behold, it's here again, nigga.
Yeah, it's here again.
It's here again, nigga.
It's here again.
So it wasn't that. It's just Capcom not putting enough effort to fix these issues before the games come out.
Yeah.
And yes, it happened once. It happened again. You gotta learn.
You'd hope.
Keep going, bro. It's becoming like the standard of gaming now. Like, we'll just drop the game and fuck it. They're gonna buy it and then we'll fix it later on.
Yeah.
Bro. All the games are doing this shit now.
Yeah, it's pissing me off.
I mean, even to small details, like how the fuck, can you make a game, that's meant to be co-op based to a certain extent? Like they encourage you to go and play with your friends.
Only online co-op game.
Yeah. And how the fuck, have they not fixed the bug that's there of trying to join your friend's lobby through your friends list? You still can't do that. And how many months has it been?
Every patch I test it doesn't work. We tested it yesterday.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what
2
I'm
days
saying,
ago, they won't.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. And it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
But do you know what? Yeah, do you know what's mad? This is a theory that I have, right? Yeah, I feel like they done that on purpose. You know why?
Why?
Because they want us to use the link party more, so they've stopped us from actually joining friends' lobbies. So you still stay in your own lobby and then just do the link party.
That's
instead.
interesting. No one uses link parties because link parties don't really work either.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I thought that environment's link stuff would be sick.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. You got so disappointed. I think it was this one. Yeah, you got so disappointed because to go to link up and go to another map, we have to disband and then do it again
and rejoin.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
So stupid, bro.
You're thinking, we could just run to that map.
Yeah. Because remember, we were like, no palicoes. We're just gonna materials. We're gonna take. We're just gonna gather everything.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah. We actually tried to play the game exactly the way they advertised to play the game.
Yeah.
And we couldn't
do it.
Hey, fucked up. I'm like, what's this?
It's so upsetting.
What's this?
And again, the only answer I can give, not that I'm trying to defend them, but the only answer that I can give is the fact that they fucking released the game way too early.
No, that's it.
I think it's a mix of that, and also they just come up with so many ideas. And they don't execute any of the ideas. It's like, the environment links, all this, all online, all these ideas, and it's like, okay, flesh them out. It's like, what? Flesh them out? Wait, no, come on, this advertisement.
See what happens.
Rather than
does it work together? I mean, who knows? Find out. Find out
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. In expansion, they'll fix it though.
Yeah.
In expansion,
apparently.
Nah, fuck that, man. I hate that idea of fix it later. I just hate it. But it's here to stay now.
The thing is, in Rise, like they had a lot of ideas that they gave us, right? Yeah, but I don't feel like those ideas were incomplete.
Let me think about that. Probably rampage weapons.
Yeah, okay, fair enough with that.
At least they dropped it.
Yeah,
but then exactly they didn't continue with that because they heard the fans, and when the fans were like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah,
and we didn't enjoy it, and then they were like, "All right, guys, fair enough. We'll focus on something else," which they did, and they actually came back in the expansion and gave us a system that everyone I can't off the top of my head I can't remember anyone complaining too much about.
I think when it comes to Sunbreak, pretty much everyone loves Sunbreak.
Yeah.
The only gripe people might have with Sunbreak was because of base Rise, not because of Sunbreak itself as a product. At least that's from my scene.
From what I can remember off the top of my head as well, because I played that game a lot. Like, I think I played more of Sunbreak than I did Rise in general. Like, if you compare the two, do you know what I mean? Sense, right? And there was never a time during the lifespan of Sunbreak anyone really complained. Even those longsword fans who had their weapon nerfed to a certain extent, right? Even though I don't think it was much of a nerf, because
you got some busted stuff. Because charge attack,
it's like
crazy.
Yeah, the charge attack, the one of the mechanics from the base game, which was the ring, because that was in the base game as well, right? Yeah, but like
it wasn't in the base game.
It wasn't.
No,
I'm sure it was. No,
pretty sure the ring was only Sunbreak. You sure it was base game?
I feel like it was, but no one really used it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I might be wrong. Because what I remember in Sunbreak is that the ring, unless it released in the ring, in Sunbreak, but no one used that at the
first
start.
Yeah, because it was kind of not good.
Yeah,
and then
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Then they buffed it.
And then they buffed it. Well, buff in the sense they made the circumference bigger
and less restrictive, because something about it, when you use the ring, try to run out, you get hit back.
Because
but they removed that constraint.
Yeah, because, and to be fair, the space that it covered wasn't that great. In all honesty, like it was very small, and the monsters would just run out of it. And then if you try and run out of it, you're getting knocked back. So they made that bigger. But like even that, like they fixed that, and then people were like, "Oh shit, okay." Another way of playing the longsword now, even though it wasn't really much of a difference, but like it was more counter focus. It was more counter focus rather than like you do in the Helmbreaker. Do you know what I mean? With that style of play. But then like there's so much that they actually listen to people, like the people who are playing the game, and they fix those problems. So far in this, it feels like rather than listening to like the fan base, it just feels like they're just rolling out the content that should have been there from the start. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
So I think all of the complaints that people have, I'm theorizing that a lot of them are going to be addressed in the expansion. But at the same point, it's like why do we need to wait? And why can't they learn from previous experiences? Why is it always start again? Yeah, do the same mistakes, and then we fix it, and then start again, and then fix it and start again. Like I don't like that idea. I'm kind of done with that idea. Yeah, they need to release something complete first of all, and listen beforehand, not after.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, right? Because obviously you're the most experienced of us three with Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Right. Is this the first Monster Hunter game where you've had the most complaints about?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, I've had complaints about games that I love as well. Like, I love Rise, but I've had complaints.
Yeah.
I love GU. I mean, I don't have complaints, but I do have things they could have done better.
Criticism.
Yeah, criticism. I mean, I guess you can say complaints. Like, they could have released the game in 1080p. They could have done more to it for the Switch rather than just port it from the 3DS. They could have done that.
Yeah.
They decided not to.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, this game, I've had the most complaints in this game, and it's like I wanted to have most complaints.
No, 100%.
I talked about this game a lot beforehand. I was hyped.
You were hyped about it. Like we all were hyped about it.
And I still like it, but I don't love it. Yeah, I just like it.
I
just like it.
Do you know what? And they've still got time on their side in this sense, right? Yeah, and
there's no time.
But even then, like I said, I don't like my mindset. I'm not gonna have that mindset.
No, 100%.
So all that time doesn't mean anything.
No. I'm with you both on that, right? Yeah. After playing the game and everything, like I'm fully on board.
I'm just waiting for my Switch 2 to come to my house and them to do HD 4K pack with Rise, and I'll just play some Rise.
Oh, you're gonna play Rise again?
Yeah, man. I'll play a bit of Rise. 4K? Why not?
Kind of sick.
Give it a go.
Are you gonna be able to port your save file, or are you just gonna? You can do that.
Yeah. Just play 4K.
Oh, I might have to buy that. I might have to buy the Switch for that. Then.
See how 4K Rise is like, man.
Oh man, like Sunbreak and Rise was is.
I downloaded it from Game Pass.
I said that.
But there's no way that you can restart that game.
No, it's too much.
I had like over 500 hours on that game. I was like, that's not.
Oh yeah.
That's why I couldn't play in PC. But I would love to play in 4K.
See what it looked like.
Yeah,
it was smooth as fuck.
It looks amazing.
It's a bit too smooth. It looks crazy.
It's
actually insane.
It's beautiful.
My you can still get the game on like PS5 and everything like as well, right? Yeah. So my cousins a little while ago, I don't know if you remember, I mentioned it a while ago that they were playing the game, and they asked me which one to buy, whether to buy World or Rise, because both of them are there, innit? And I just said to him, look, me personally, I would tell you to buy Rise because it's just so much more fun of a game than World, right? But like, if you want to play a game where you want to experience the game at its most simplistic and basic, I would choose World over the two. But they ended up buying the most recent release, which is Rise. And when I went around their yard, just to look at, like, I just wanted to see what it looked like. Oh man, it looks clean,
bro. And if you use the filters, I used one of the filters on PC, the black background. I was like, this is sick.
Yeah,
this is peak.
Okay,
this is one.
I think they've got that in the game for on the Switch as well.
No, not on the Switch. No, Switch doesn't have filters. No, which I was pissed at. Only the other versions have the filters. There's one filter where you can kind of like make it black and white, but the monsters' elemental effects are different colors. See, Magnum Arlo's purple. What? It was black and white.
Purple. See the purple. That is sick.
It's so sick. It's actually insane. I'm like, nah. This is crazy. This is crazy.
That's the thing, when it comes to the Switch 2, I already told myself, like, I need a reason to purchase it, right?
Yeah.
And that would be one of the reasons for me to purchase it. I mean, the other reason that I would purchase it is to play Tears of the Kingdom and just complete that bitch.
Yeah.
Same. Do you know, like, on the Switch, because I've still got the game. I borrowed it off of you, innit?
Yeah. You're the one who has it.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I was like, where the fuck is it?
Of course I didn't know.
I literally said to you, just let me know when you need it back, because, like, I pretty much finished the game.
Apparently, I didn't know that.
I'm all ready. I'll bring it around next time, innit? Like, because I'm not gonna play it anymore.
I mean, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, because
we're gonna have this conversation again.
Yeah, we probably will. Like, because fucking literally, the only thing I've got left to do is fight Ganon.
Okay, same.
And I can't, like, I don't know what it is, but like,
can't bring yourself to the
to do it.
Yeah, I had the same,
bro. I will never forget the first time the fucking hand came out, bro. The way that shit me up.
Yeah, my
god.
I think everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is as well? It's not even just it appearing. It's because the music that plays.
Bro, the music is brazy,
fam. Because it literally brings sheer panic. The panic I got. Because the first time I got it, was, I can't remember where I was, but I was just like near some broken down houses. And then all of a sudden I'm hearing this music and I was like, what the fuck is coming after me? And where is it coming from? And then out of nowhere, I just see the hand like in the yard, like in this broken down house that I'm in. And then I just ran away, bro. I I couldn't fight that shit. It was too early on in the game. It was too early on in the game.
Bro. What the fuck?
Yeah. Because I think for you, if I remember correctly, it was either you or T who said that the first time it came for you guys, was when you were underground in the dark.
Oh no, that wasn't.
That must have been T.
That must have been T. Because he was saying to me, he was just like, fam, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I just got hit by it and I don't know what was happening. I was like, that is so funny.
You know me, I ain't running, man.
No.
I don't know about you, fam.
I killed that shit, man. I cheesed the fuck out of me. I killed it.
Fair enough.
And when I killed it, that Shadow Ganon came out. I was like, okay, I'm not ready for this. But I killed him too, though.
Okay.
Say less.
But it was tough. It wasn't easy.
The thing is when I first came across the fucking hand, it was just way too early in the game.
Yeah, but
like, I knew that no matter what I even tried, I wasn't gonna make even any headway with trying to kill it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is Ganon, bro. Like,
bro, I ran. I just remember I was there, everything dark. Headphones, screen, everything cushy. I'm there thinking, I'm having fun. And then the music starts. I'm thinking, nah, what the fuck? And then the hand comes and starts murking me. I'm like, no, run. And this thing was chasing, man, bro. I'm like, it was the feds. I'm thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah, I like that stuff. I want that stuff to come back more in the next Zelda. But next Zelda is going to be a minute.
It will be, bro. The fact that they're still pushing
Tears of the Kingdom.
They even Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild for the.
Oh yeah, that is all. Yeah, to be fair,
the fact that they're pushing that
crazy.
It's like, yeah, we're not getting the next one for time.
Yeah, which is a shame because I want a more traditional Zelda again.
Yeah, man, that would be nice. You know,
it would be
like a more
Twilight.
like a streamlined kind of rather than open. I wouldn't mind that as well. You know, like because I do miss that. I do. What's the chibi looking one that they released?
Echoes of Time.
Yeah. Like
every time you bring it up, baby.
I always call it that.
No,
it's not that I don't rate it because I think it looks amazing. Like I love that art style. Don't get me twisted. Like I love it. Okay. It's just I just remember it. That's why I call it because I can never remember the title. That's why. That's more so where it is.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
But you know what? Should we move into our other topic?
So main topic is
No, we might as well switch off. This is the end topic. That other one's the main topic.
Yeah.
That was like almost an hour, by the way.
Yeah. We got carried away. Yeah. But basically, what it is what anime do you think was poorly adapted from its manga and like just fell off a cliff even after having a good, having a good first season and then it just.
You asked actually two things. You said adaptation or just. Ended up.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any that I know that ended up like bad like that. Apart from, I could say Berserk. I was thinking about this earlier today, but you guys are not Berserk like that, so I'm not going to talk about that one too much.
Although I do always love hearing you talk about Berserk.
Berserk. I mean,
I'm not mad about it.
All I have to say, guys, and you guys probably know, if Berserk, if they ever finished it from start to finish, best anime ever. I'm saying it would be.
Bro, I hear that a lot about Berserk, man.
If they did.
I hear about a few animes, bro. I heard this same thing about Maggie, bruv.
Oh
yeah, Maggie. I forgot about
Maggie. Someone said Maggie is one of the best mangas out there. So the fact that they didn't finish off with the anime, I was a bit baffed.
That was so long ago.
Yeah,
I think it might have been.
And it was getting good.
There was 2 seasons.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't even know if I finished the second season. And then they did a spin-off of Sinbad.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, I finished that. I thought, okay, this guy is sick. So
as in Sinbad
how sick is was it Alibaba? How sick is he gonna be in the main story? Because that's the main story, isn't it?
Because Sinbad, I started watching Sinbad because you were talking about Maggie that a while back.
Yeah.
I think it was with T. I think it was with T. Because I'm sure he read the manga.
It's probably, I know T reads the mangas, so it's probably him that might have recommended it your way. But the only reason I watched it is because back at, you left at that point when we was working at J Lee fam. We had this one guy. And this guy was anime crazy. He read the manga as well. And he was, I forgot his name. But it was after you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So I would have joined. Yeah.
And he was like, bro, Maggie, best manga out there. Watch the anime.
Yeah.
But he did pre-warn me. He was like, I'm not sure if season 3 is coming yet.
Yeah.
Shit.
He was kind of right.
Yeah, he was right for real. Yeah.
It's been what, 7 years?
It's been time. Yeah, bro.
I think it's 7 years. Ages ago. I think I was in uni maybe actually.
That's a long
that's
deep it, bro.
Sinbad
it was a long time ago.
coming out.
Yeah, and I never watched that.
This is what, like 9 years ago?
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
But coming to on actual ones. My ones apparently they're going to be controversial, but I don't think they're going to be controversial because.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because basically,
I'm pretty sure.
See, I've got just to sort of say, I do have 2. One which is and I reckon one of you might bring up one of these for sure.
Okay.
One is it started off so well and it just got worse and worse and worse. And then one is like the first season was amazing and then it literally just went head first off a cliff.
Jeez.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, who should we start with then?
Yeah. Whoever out of the 2 of you, you guys can decide who wants to go first.
I'll start.
Okay.
I'll start with one. So one of mine, I guess, is we even talked about this. Is a Vinland Saga. And I think Vinland Saga is sick. My issue, I don't think it fell off the cliff. I think.
Okay, we're cool then.
Yeah,
because I know you were ready. Yeah, you were ready for this one.
But you already know my opinion. I think it made sense what they were trying to do, what the story trying to portray. But I'm like, if going from season 1, if you like season 1 and you're watching season 2, you're just not going to get that feel of what you felt in season 1.
Okay, so
and I didn't get that.
So let me ask you this, right? Yeah.
Okay, you're right. We're not going to be. Which is true. Because it's what you say is very accurate, bro. Season 1 is just pure savagery, right?
Okay.
Pure savagery it's just mad.
Because this is what I was gonna quickly just ask is for someone included in the audience, right, who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you saying season 1 is not gonna be feeling like the way season 2? Like,
basically, what he was just saying.
Yeah.
Season 1 is complete savagery.
In what sense? In what sense? Like,
the Danish just come through England, killing, murdering, everything.
Okay.
Like, throughout the whole country, like crazy.
Okay.
Mad, like it's literally the Danish invasion.
Yeah.
That the whole story
Viking
about it.
invasion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was insane. That's literally it for 25 episodes. There's death.
Okay.
Nothing else. Then the next 25 is the main character, instead of being on a murder streak for revenge, he's just on a farm, just relaxing, just repenting his life.
What?
Redemption. But the way he says it, without having the context, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But I want you to watch it because it is a sick anime, right? It makes sense.
Only the first season or the second season?
The whole. Me personally, I think the whole two together, it's a mwah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mwah. Like what he said about season 2, it does slow the fuck down compared to season 1. So if all you want is heads flying off, then you might not enjoy the second season as much. But in terms of the story, you see why it happens.
Okay.
Because the way the first season ends. Bit crazy.
Okay.
It's a bit mad.
It's crazy.
And then the reasoning for how season 2 starts, it just all makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got two things to say. So firstly, we already talked about it. I think they could have made season 2.
And you can be specific as well, like, because for the audience as well. So
I don't want to be too specific, to be honest.
No, I
think
mean, when I say specific, I
been...
mean in terms of like mentioning characters and what.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I think season 2, it could have been like 5 episodes. It didn't need to be like 25 episodes. They could have showed all of that quick. And I don't think you can disagree with that. I don't think you can.
Nah, because the storytelling is different in season 2. It's for the people that watch Attack on Titan, it's like the first 3 seasons, you're seeing the storytelling from the main character's point of view.
Yeah.
And then season 4, you're getting the storytelling mainly from someone else's point of view, but you're getting a different feel of how we get to this point. And in Vinland Saga, first season, you're following Thorfinn all around. It's him that you're focusing on. In season 2, it's that redheads guy. You see the story from his perspective and how he meets Thorfinn and how he gets up in that situation. And the other thing with the story as well, you got to deep it as well. Like they're really trying to portray that invasion. So fair enough. Season 1, we saw the invader side. Season 2, we're getting more the perspective of the invaded side.
Okay.
So it's giving you that feel. You're getting 2 feelings, but like I'm with you where first season hack and slash, but yeah, it makes sense. The natives are coming to work everyone. But now we're getting to the invaded side, and their perspective is completely different.
Yeah.
And then you see how when he meets my man, how he felt about meeting him. Okay, at first he's like, "Oh, what's his waist, man?" Then he starts to learn about him, and he kind of hates him at the same time because he's one of the people that came and, do you know what I mean? So you saying it wrapped up in five episodes? Nah, disagree with that shit. The overall storytelling, completely disagree with that, bro. 5 episodes, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro.
Okay.
But I love Vinland Saga, so I'm gonna ride for that shit.
Yeah, which is fair.
Basically, I mean, you should watch it and see where you land.
Yeah.
I don't think you're actually gonna enjoy that second season that much.
I probably. Do you know what it is? If they set a precedence and like a pretense of this hack and slash and like all this action that they're going to give us in the first season, then of course a lot of people are going to expect to have something similar follow up. So if it's a complete stark contrast to where it is, then
Then
I mean, it's going to be.
Even if they didn't, I think they could have told it in a more interesting way. Because I've seen stories not like that, but I've seen them show different points of views and different aspects. But that was literally just farm life and understanding how what Thorfinn did impacted, could have impacted him, because Thorfinn didn't do that specifically to him, but how what thing Thorfinn was doing can impact random people in the world. But us seeing that throughout the adventures and the stories could have been cool. Like imagine if season 1, I guess, and 2 was like Thorfinn and this guy, 2 different viewpoints of Thorfinn doing his stuff, an impact of what someone else did, what happened to him, and it was those 2 points of lines throughout the whole story. That would have been sick.
At the same time.
Similarly, that would have been sick, rather than all of that, and then
all of
all
that.
of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of hear what you're saying, but like the other guy, the only reason why he meets Thorfinn is because of what happened at the end of season 1. Because if Thorfinn and his reason for living was different at the end of season 1, this guy would be still doing what he's doing. Thorfinn would continue doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
And maybe going to that point might not have come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, like the way that I kind of see the story is season 1 is the avenge arc, and season 2 is the redemption arc.
Yeah.
That's the best way that I could put it in terms of Thorfinn in that sense.
I guess also then, I suppose to make it full circle, we need to see what season 3 is.
Yeah.
And how it lines the other two to lead to it. Like,
yeah.
When's that coming out?
Don't know.
Oh, they haven't announced it.
No.
Okay.
I think they've confirmed it, but they haven't said anything about it.
Okay. Right. So all right. So Vinland Saga being that then.
That's mine.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough.
I think that's what I've got to say.
What about you, Jay?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. So it wasn't that much beef.
No, it wasn't that was beef.
It's slight disagreement.
Yeah,
disagreement.
disagreement more than anything.
Yeah.
All right, cool. For me, boom. It's not really. It's a bit of a mixture of the two things that you said. Yeah. There's motherfucking Boruto. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
fuck you, Boruto. I remember there was someone. Yeah. one of our shorts, and they were like,
Yeah, back in
Boruto's the GOAT. Fuck you, man. You specifically. Mug. Nah, I'm sorry.
Go on.
Look, I've read a few chapters of the manga of Boruto because I was getting sick and tired of Boruto, the anime, right?
Too much filler.
That is all it is.
Oh, swear.
That is all it is. The thing is, the problem was...
Just before you carry on, yeah. I'm not surprised that you're saying that because, I mean, let's be honest, in Naruto, there was...
I wanted to lead into that.
So much filler in that.
I wanted to lead into that. But with Boruto, the problem was Naruto finished, like, the anime. They need to continue their fucking
Which is a load of
cash cow.
shite as well. No, I'm sorry if anyone loves the ending of Naruto, yeah, like, you're just dick riding harder.
Yeah, I'm about to dig around that. They needed to continue their cash cow.
Man's got the side of clones.
Boruto is a monthly manga, and they made it a weekly anime. So it's just gonna catch up, and it's brand new, so it's just gonna catch up straight away, bro. And I must have said this in one of the episodes because there's a filler list that I use to just cut out all the bullshit. There's a new category that I saw. It's anime canon. Now they'll differentiate manga canon, anime canon, and then just filler. When you go to Boruto, anime canon, filler, and a couple of manga canons here and there, and that's all it is, bro.
And is it like the manga canon, like sort of meshed in with the filler and the...
Some of the episodes are that, where it's manga canon / filler. So you
have to watch it all to
make it make sense.
Yeah.
And I'm even still seeing that they still haven't got to the fucking time skip that they gash you at the start of Boruto. The main reason I watched it. And as you're watching this, and you're just like, yo, this is a pile of shit, bro. They're just trying to expand this Naruto world, and it's just bullshit, bro. Absolute bullshit.
I think some of the main problems when it comes to fillers in general, and this is a bigger topic, I think it's just that because it's filler, these anime studios, they're never going to put the effort as a normal thing. Yeah. It's just going to be secondhand because that's what fillers are for.
No, that's it.
So in terms, it's always going to be less enjoyable, unfortunately.
That was the problem with Boruto. If they just delayed the anime release, it'd probably be a lot better. It would have benefited them more. But like my man, Dick Ryan and Boruto, they're still watching it. Don't get me wrong. Like there was some like sick moments when I was watching Boruto that was part of the manga.
Yeah.
Where you're even seeing Naruto doing shit and he's still developing.
Yeah.
And I love Naruto.
Yeah.
I love Naruto. Right or die, nigga.
When I first started watching Naruto, I felt like that, but then towards...
That's the only other thing I was going to get to, right? Because Boruto is the main thing, fuck off, yeah? But the end of Shippuden is where they fucked it as well.
Yeah.
You could have literally not watched Naruto for a year and you would have missed nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
Straight filler for a year.
Yeah.
And it was that fucking infinite Sumiyoki, everyone's dreams. Like, we don't give a fuck about their dreams, bro.
We want to know what's happening there, not in the fucking dreams.
They're going into everyone's dreams.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
I didn't hear
different
that.
perspectives from.
They're going into other people's dreams.
They were basically like they get put into us like all of the
Madara's main aim in Naruto. He achieves it.
Yeah.
So rather than just doing the whatever you see.
Did you never finish watching it? Because I know you. Yeah,
I said it so many times.
I
know. So instead of them doing like whatever dreams were relevant, like from the manga,
they were just doing
everyone's everything, bruv. And then they come back.
And then do you know what's so stupid as well? Like about the ending as well is so like they did all of that, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the ending like had nothing to do with Madara in the end. Deep it.
Oh, what like?
Because he was meant to be because deep it. Wait. And this is a bigger topic anyway. But we have to address it here, right? Yeah, is. Madara was made out to be like that
villain.
Exactly. The ultimate villain, yeah. And what like the way they set him up.
I'm gonna back it though. I've got a reason. But continue what you got.
But like the way they set it up, right, yeah, is like he's gonna be the big bad, the final big bad that Naruto and everyone else is gonna have to overcome, right? Bro, he got made basically into being this puppet that was just being used. Like, and that's what's so sad about it, because throughout that whole arc, right, of especially towards the end where they're fighting him and everything, you're like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, especially that fight with Guy, yeah? It was fucking epic. It was so...
I think you've done that 2 or 3 times.
I'm sorry. That is one of the sickest moments.
Bro, that whole fight was so good. I can't deny it. One of my favorite fights in anime in general, right, yeah? But like...
I guess one of my questions is like, did they allude to Madara not being the final any time before that? Or was it just...
No.
This is the question I was going to ask him. When did you even know Madara was the villain? Or was a villain?
So, you know when they were doing the story with what's the Uchiha that was with what's his name? Kakashi.
Obito.
Yeah. So with Obito, you know when you find out, yeah, that there was a guy that sort of rescued him and then like helped him recover and everything, yeah.
But even the Obito bit, how far into the story?
I'm trying to remember. This is the thing, because you got to remember this was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, right? Because the point I'm trying to make here to try and counter what you're saying is like we never knew we were ever going to see Madara in this anime. We never even considered.
Oh, as in we never knew if we were going to. Yeah,
be an enemy, right? And then when the war came and the reanimation, we already knew the reanimation was coming because Kabuto was just a waste man anyway.
Yeah.
He was gonna do Orochimaru shit.
Yeah.
So for him to reanimate Madara was like, okay, cool. He reanimated him. He reanimated a few other guys, but we never thought, oh yeah, Madara was gonna be a problem. Like we didn't deep that Madara was gonna be a problem until into the war, which was already deep into the anime.
Oh,
yeah.
So for Madara not to be the final villain shouldn't actually be a surprise.
No. Okay, no. I get what you mean there. I fully see what you're saying. I fully see what you're saying there. Yeah. But the thing is the reason why I'm saying like he should have been the big final bad is because throughout the whole like.
That's throughout the whole, not throughout the whole.
No. Hear me out. So when we first hear of Madara is always alongside the first Hokage. What's his name?
Yeah, because that's how they established the village, right?
Yeah. So like, and then it was always the case of Madara became this like bad guy who tried to take over and and it was the first Hokage that stopped him and all of that jazz, right? Yeah. So. Like, and then that's when you sort of start getting a bit of a picture of who Madara is, because they're obviously like giving you bits and pieces of about who he is. Then anytime you hear about him, he's always portrayed in that light of, oh, he's this villainous guy that's this, that, and the other. So that's why I'm saying that like he should have been the final big bad, because he's this mythical, like legendary villainous guy that you would think would be the final big boss, because if he does come back, which obviously at the time we didn't know whether he was or not, but if he does...
No, I don't think anyone that was just watching for watching's sake, didn't know anything about the manga, was thinking, yeah, Madara's going to come back.
No. I'm not saying that.
I don't think anyone thought that. Even when Obito was imposing as Madara, in my mind I'm thinking, you're not Madara, bro.
No, I don't
Why
think,
you lying?
no, which I don't think anyone did. But what I'm saying is that like if, and I'm sure a lot of people would have thought, right, that if he came back, he was going to be the final boss. He was going to be. If I'm not saying that he definitely was going to be, but I'm saying if he does.
So it was kind of implied.
Not implied. There was no indication. What he's saying is more speculation, but there is no indication that says Madara is the big bad wolf in the story at any point.
But what I'm trying to say is the way he was portrayed to us, is that if he comes back, right, he is going to be that big bad. Boss. Okay, do you know what I'm saying?
Right. But you saying that, like, nothing would indicate that he was like, okay, when you're thinking about Madara, and how he is, all he is, right, he's basically a Donald Trump who just cares about the Uchihas.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I'm gonna take over the whole fucking world.
You know
what I mean? So when you're looking at the war is, we're gonna wipe out all the nations. Literally wipe up all the nations and make everything fresh again.
But what I'm trying, like, the reason why and I think a lot of, maybe not all, but or even a lot, but Naruto fans that have qualms with the ending, right? But no. I want you to.
The only reason why I'm with you about the ending is I just thought that Madara was so fucking OP. They didn't know how to
100% agree with you on that. 100%. But do you know what's so stupid? About that is he became so fucking OP, bro. He did. He 100% did, and I don't deny that, yeah? But the way they ended it is by introducing a brand new character that we didn't really have fucking any clue about until literally in that arc to find a way to stop Madara. They created all of this story, right?
That bit I'm gonna have to double check.
That brings back to what JL was saying, that the same about Madara, right? Even though this is a brand new character, you never knew that Madara was going to be the boss.
No. I'm not blaming them for Madara not being the final boss.
You see the brand new character that you're talking about, it's not really the brand new character. It's literally the being that started the whole of that world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like talking about history. Like, okay, Madara was at X point in history, but now we're talking about someone
before that.
Yeah.
But did they talk about that at all before?
So I don't know. The only thing
being into detail, like like Madara they mentioned, but it kind of makes sense because he's kind of like one of the fathers of our land.
The only thing, so like with Madara is you actually got quite a bit of info here and there. It wasn't like a lot of it made sense because it's broken bits and pieces scattered about, right? Yeah. With this one, the only thing it's about the first sage or whatever his name is.
The reason why there's chakra in the world.
Is because of the first sage, right? But you'd only literally just hear the name and that's it. They'll never tell you how he came to be or where he was and right? Yeah. And what happened. And then it was just literally all of that gets thrown in our face towards the end. And even then, the filler is what I'm going to complain about here, which is there's so much fucking filler, right? To even hear about this sage that is this is even more of a legendary character than any of the Hokages, like the first Hokage, Madara, anyone. Because again, like you said, this is like the father of all chakra and all of this and that, right? But then even he's not the villain, bruv. He's actually a good guy. He's a good guy. And it's the fucking, what's her name?
The mother of...
Yeah, I can't remember what her name is, right? Yeah, Kaguya, yes. Bro, it's a fucking alien. It's literally an alien. Like, all of this began because of an alien. And this is it's to dumb it down. That's the best way to put it.
To be honest... Starting from the beginning of Naruto, I think it's going to end on aliens. And what I've heard from Boruto with dinosaurs, this is like...
Okay, dinosaurs I don't know about, but the aliens continues in Boruto,
This is pretty crazy. I can't lie.
Yeah, it gets bad.
It's literally from a guy from a kunai. Some aliens come from space.
Bro, it's literally about an alien. A guy fell in love with the alien.
Oh, damn.
They made some babies, right? And that's where the first sage came from. Right, and the first sage has a brother as well, right? And then the alien, the mother, right, whatever you want to call her, right? She goes crazy with power because she wants to, the infinite Tsukiyami, right? That was her goal. From the start, right? So they basically just said, what Madara was doing was actually her idea in the first place. And she was using all this time, right? Everything that's been happening in the story is because of her.
Okay, if everything was because of her, I think they should have at least did something to make it seem like it was.
Yeah,
you need to see at least something, and not literally just them.
Let me give you a good.
They kind of piece the puzzles at the end anyway.
But only at the end.
At the end, it just kind of feels cheap then.
Yeah, because the puzzle, like the pieces of the puzzle, right? Yeah, at least we should have had a scattering of it here and there throughout the whole thing.
You gotta think what makes these puzzles interesting is because you can kind of see it and then you can be, oh, maybe this, but in this instance you can't even do that because
you don't even know the board. Which I think is, in my perspective, is okay. It might feel like a cheat, but at the same time, it's a shock factor because you never knew this was going to be the villain.
No, but okay, so hear me out.
Being able to anticipate the villain, okay, fair enough. Yeah. In Demon Slayer, from the first season, you already know who the fuck the main person is.
But let me.
There are animes where you don't even know the main villain until you get to near the end.
Nah, so hear me out, yeah? Right. One Piece is a good sort of like example of like countering your point in this, right? Let me give you an example because you don't watch it. You don't watch it, so you can't say that.
One Piece.
We do have to move on eventually. But
yeah. So with right now, where the story is we know the big bad technically is Imu, which is we haven't seen her face or his face or anything like that, but we know who this being is, right? Yeah, and we suspect.
But even then, for now, technically. If we think, I don't know what could happen in.
No. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But we have those puzzle pieces there to at least put something together. It might not end up.
So, but let's say for in theory, what if they do then in the end say it's not him, it's another one who controls him? Then it could come into the same.
Can I just say why that I don't think that would happen? Because in the power scaling and the ranking of like the classes, right? So we have the normal human beings, and then we have the world government who class themselves as higher up, and then above them are the celestial dragons, and then above them is this one being.
Because he's at the top. But even then, like Joe's saying, it could be a surprise. What if it doesn't matter what you know right now? No. Because back then in Naruto, you didn't know. You could have said the same thing.
You think
Madara was at the top because of this. Madara wasn't at the top.
I'm answering what you said here, which is, you know how you said throughout the whole story, did they give us an inkling of it could have been her in this? So you're in the anime.
I'm saying for him they have, but. Like I'm saying, there could be someone else.
Oh no, of course that bit. If that happens, I'll agree with you. But what I'm saying is, what I'm answering here is the fact that you were saying how did they give us any sort of idea that it could have been Kaguya, right? In this, they've given us a bit of that idea because they've shown. Okay, so in the anime, I'm not sure if they've shown it yet, right? But I know in the manga, because the manga is a.
So if I was to ask you, what was the earliest signs that you knew that this was the main villain?
Probably about episode like 700, 800 maybe.
Yeah, because they've been
before you know this is the
main villain.
Yeah,
right.
Which is kind of long technically.
Yeah. But again, if you looked at Naruto, because Naruto is just the introduction anime to Shippuden, because Shippuden is technically the main cake. Yeah. Like. Okay, even talking about Madara, you didn't know about Madara until late into that motherfucker.
Yeah.
No one actually knew Madara was a real threat until he had his own like self-consciousness when he was reanimated. Then people were like, "Yo, is Madara really the real?"
Because I'll be completely honest with you with one thing about it.
We might need to move on.
Yeah, we should move on.
But we talked so much.
So I mean, I get what you're saying. Am I upset about the way that Madara got taken out? Yes. Because I thought Madara was the greatest villain of all time.
Yes.
But
I don't know.
Is it like, did we say that Madara was definitely the violent villain? No, because we didn't even know about this guy like that. That he was coming back. We knew he was a dead guy, but we didn't know he was going to come back until deep into the anime.
Yeah.
You know
so even though you don't like that, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
If a similar thing happens in Naruto, in One Piece, I think you shouldn't like it either.
The thing with the One Piece case though is that there's so many different factors in in Naruto, right? Yeah, it was literally just in the war. We knew what good and which side was good.
I'm gonna say we got to move on, man. Honestly.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Fair enough. If we want to talk about it another time,
we'll talk about it.
You can start.
Also,
your
I just wanted to say,
I
know you're saying that Madara is the ultimate villain, right? Yeah, but what about? And I always forget his name.
To move on.
No. I just want to talk about a villain real quick.
Ultimate villain, go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
is the guy from Bleach? What was his name? I'm forgetting his name now.
Ruhabaha.
No, not Ruhabaha.
Oh, Aizen
Taicho, bro. I don't know. He was a pretty good villain in my opinion.
As well,
yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, Matt, for me,
what about you?
And this is more of an anime that literally just fell off a cliff after the first season. Promised Neverland.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yes,
that was bad.
I ain't gonna lie, I have not watched season 2.
No.
Promised Neverland.
Don't. That's why. Yeah, the first season was exquisite.
It was sick.
It was so good. The storytelling, the build up.
One day, but it was excellent.
It's one of the anime that you have to.
Yeah,
bro, excellent.
Yeah?
Bro, the build up to that final episode, the way, man, excellent.
It was
absolutely brilliant.
I can't believe when they did
storytelling.
season 2 because I was watching it as it was coming out. And it was garbage.
And season 2, literally, I didn't even finish. I didn't even finish it.
The ending is so bad. It's unbelievable.
Wait, did I watch it?
It's so bad. It's unbelievable. The ending was so bad. They don't even animate anything. It's literally just screenshots of things happening for like, I think 5 minutes.
No,
literally
it was. I can't even remember it. That's the thing, because I genuinely don't think I did finish watching it because I think it got to about 3 or 4 episodes where I was just like,
I don't want to talk about this one.
It was so that disappointing, but I knew how but you both agree with me that it was just.
Well, he doesn't know.
I don't know about season. For me, I got a blissful ending, bruv.
Yeah, I'm actually so happy for you that you didn't watch the second season.
I think watching the second season will actually ruin the first season.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just don't do it.
So don't.
I think maybe read the manga, and then you might get a more satisfying sort of like follow up to it.
Oh, if you continue.
Yeah,
okay.
but like it was just so upsetting because that first season was peakness in terms of storytelling for an anime that I've watched.
And the intensity of things like, what's gonna happen?
You always feel on edge. You're always on edge.
So what the fuck happened? Let's go.
Yeah, you're always on edge. But it's one of those things where it's like you said, you just want to carry on watching it because you need to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
And it just fell off the edge. And I think this is a fairly quick conversation for this one.
Yeah,
because,
true.
Because I knew that we would all be in agreement with this one. I can't lie to you.
Oh, I've heard across the internet, season 2 The Promised Neverland shite.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and it's so sad. It's so sad.
Season 1 is sick.
So sad because it had so much promise. Literally in the title. Yeah. But then it never happened.
So sad.
So bad.
Yeah.
So sad.
It never landed.
Yeah. So we did have 2 each. I'll go through these ones. For me, it was Black Clover, but this is in a different way.
Okay,
he wanted to beef with me.
Yeah, I was gonna rap.
So
I know you love this. I know you love this.
Wait, first I want to see what you think. Why do you think you want to beef with me? Like, I just want to see what you thinking.
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're coming to say, but I'm about to back it. That's all I want to say. The thing is, you know what it was? Yeah, it's because what he mentioned this topic, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I know you ain't seen Black Clover manga before you watch the anime, so clearly you're gonna talk about how it fell the fuck off. And the only thing, if you mention, which I will agree with because that part is filler. Anything else, I was gonna back it basically, back it. But if you're talking about the filler part, fair enough.
Alright, come.
What were you gonna bring up about it then?
I was gonna say it's sick. Like,
yeah.
I was gonna say that because back then near the start, there's a part where it's kind of garbage. And then it becomes peakness. We already talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes peakness for like 100 episodes straight.
I need to go back and watch it.
I just rewatched it. I just finished watching it.
Oh,
okay. And I'm like, why isn't it back?
Bro, I'm so bad.
I agree with you. At the start, it was quite slow.
It wasn't even slow. I just think it was low quality. I don't know what it was. Like the first 2 episodes, it kind of feels like it was a movie. I even rewatched it. The art style, everything seemed higher quality.
Oh, really?
And then after that,
the quality dropped.
It just dips. I don't know what they were doing, and then it goes back up a bit later. I think it's just how they want to get people into the anime. Like they make it really different at the start. Then
and
for
then
that.
Do you reckon it might have been
basically, innit?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it might have been a case of where it was like they obviously did the first 2 episodes amazing because they want to try and obviously attract their attention, and then after that they might have maybe had some doubts about it, so then they sort of took a little step back from the
I don't think
investment in money.
They put a lot of the budget into the first part to get people in, and then they kind of lowered the budget a bit
because they didn't have enough of it. Okay, fair enough.
And then after that, it gets so sick. Like as soon as I think it was like episode, I can't remember, like 20 or 30. After they go into the cave, after that it's non-stop bang 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 bang.
There's no breaks.
Do you know what's mad?
Straight fire.
I think it's just after that cave, right, is when I stopped. Not because I stopped like
well,
that.
have you not continued?
Yeah.
You have to go back.
The reason why I stopped was not because
Yami Sakahiro. What?
Not intentionally. I didn't intentionally.
Epic moment I didn't ever see.
I didn't intentionally stop. I think at that point they took a break. Coming through.
Let's go.
They took a break, and I just never got back into watching it. That's what it was.
Okay, but
it was around that time where they took a break from it. Like there was like a week or two or something like that, and then I think I just
okay.
Because there was quite a few long breaks like that in between as well. I'm so sure that they had a couple of those long breaks.
I think maybe like 2-week break, but I don't remember like
super long.
I'm pretty sure it was.
At least for me, the only long break was literally after that fight, all that stuff. With what happened.
Oh yeah.
And then they had a break, and then the fillers and all that stuff happened.
The whole filler bullshit. That's when I started hating.
And it was a bit weird because they went all these fillers and all the stuff, which was garbage. I just finished it literally I think 2 days ago.
Bullshit.
And then they came back, and then they showed like 20 episodes, and then it was gone.
Yeah, bro, that bit pissed me off because we're literally about to go link up and save my man.
Has the story finished then?
No.
So it's still ongoing?
Well, at least the anime is still ongoing, but it's stopped. I don't know about the manga. Do you know?
When was the last episode?
Oh, years ago.
Probably like 4, 5, 6.
No way.
Yeah, years ago, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Stopped at episode 171. Crazy.
Yeah, I remember you saying there was a movie supposed to
I watched the movie. I watched it. It's good.
Okay, I should watch it to get some satisfaction. Yeah. And then after that, that's when, if they were going to bring it back, the anime should have come back.
Yeah. Movie thing came out 2023. So if they're going to come back, I think it has to be around now.
Actually, yeah, fair point. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, was Black Clover? I'm thinking Black Clover wasn't even my other one, actually. I talked about another anime.
I think you mentioned another one.
Yeah, I said Seven Deadly Sins.
That's the one. Did, yeah. That's the one that I was going to bring
Black
up.
Clover for?
That's the one that. No, you did mention Black Clover as well.
Oh yeah, you added an extra one.
You added that in as well. Don't worry, we'll speak about 7 because that was going to be my one.
Okay, but that's what I have to say.
Yeah,
it's sick. The only reason I introduced it because I said like my expectations went opposite way. Where I was like, this is garbage, and then I was like, this is
switched
sick.
your mind.
Yeah, it was sick.
Okay,
I can't begin to tell you like everyone was like that. I was one of the few at the start that was like, yeah, no, it's sick. This is John.
I gave it a chance as well myself. Remember when it came out? We were talking about it anyway. We spoke about it, and then, like,
but majority. Nah, shit. I remember this one guy I used to work with, bruv. You know who you are, bruv. This guy was fucking shitting on it, bruv. Next thing you know, this guy's dick riding the show, bruv.
From Tesco, yeah?
Honestly,
yeah, of course.
It's not even just the stories, like when they fight and how they fight together, combinations, doing all this stuff. I'm like, yo, this is cool.
I mean, because they're meant to be a team, innit? They're like a house, innit?
They actually fight as a team. That's just supporters doing stuff.
Yeah.
I wish more anime did this more often.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, I do. But that's it for me.
Speaking of the movie, just quickly, I finally watched the Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Oh, superhero.
What do you think?
What did I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
It was good.
Hey!
But
hey!
It was a little bit rushed towards the end, I felt. But I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. I genuinely enjoyed it. It just felt rushed. That's all I can say about that.
Fair enough. I can't remember really, but at the end of the part. But
it was just literally fighting Cell Max in it.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, I don't remember like what made it rush. Like what would have made it rush.
It just felt like sort of from the midpoint of the movie onwards, it just felt like they literally skipped to them trying to show off Beast Gohan, and that was That's what it felt like. It felt like they were rushing to that point. I don't know if it's because I already knew what was coming.
Yeah.
That it felt like that.
I would say if you want to, we can talk about it another day.
We will.
Let's finish off.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Boom. My second one was Shaman King.
Yeah. Okay. No one's gonna disagree. You didn't watch it, did you? When it came out.
I don't think I did. Unless I did. I'm trying to remember if I did, because I know Jay properly was trying to get all of us to watch it, really.
Yeah.
So I feel like I might have watched an episode or two, but not that I can remember anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Jay, so
this guy's literally giving us the theme tune in the background.
Man, like, I actually read Yeah, exactly. So original nostalgia, all that shit.
It's good. I will say it's good. It's good.
Boom. But I learned from then that the way it ended wasn't the way the manga ended. So what did I do? Read the manga. I didn't finish it completely, but I basically got to the bit where, you know, when the cat gets introduced.
Yeah.
Got to that point. All right, cool. I don't know why I stopped reading, but I just did.
Yeah.
Then T's like, yo, Shaman King come back. I'm like, yeah, swear that.
Yeah, he got us all.
Yeah.
What, as in the anime?
Yeah. Comes back. I'm like, okay, cool. It's 2D manga, which is good. And then Leo opened my eyes, fam. The animation was trash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was jump, with the whatever weapon, and then after they show the result.
No.
It was trash. But I saw it deeper. I was like, who actually asked for Shaman King to come back? Because I don't know anyone that was Shaman King.
Okay, wait,
bro.
so let me ask you.
Animation is so bad. It's actually worse than the old one. The old one is better.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
It did,
Right? Yeah. Like, is it just the animation that let you down, or was it the actual storytelling as well?
The story, like, if you're upset with the story, like, that's just how it is in the manga anyway. So it is what it is in that sense, right? But it's the animation
That just let you down.
Yeah,
Who was the? Do you know?
I'm terrible with studios,
know.
but
Okay,
I know
fair.
I rarely know studio names.
The animation was good.
Yeah, that was the main thing with Shaman King. So if you're someone that watched Shaman King and you want to know what the real ending is like, and you don't want to read, then yeah, I would recommend the anime. But if you're someone who needs good animation, you're going to cry, man. You're going to cry.
Yeah, so I had to stop.
Yeah.
The animation wasn't fun. I just didn't enjoy it.
Nah, which didn't blame me for, man. But for me, he was like, okay, I'm finally at the point where I was at the manga. Let me know what the fuck happens afterwards, innit?
See, for me,
did you finish it?
Yeah, I know, finishing.
Okay.
See, for me,
the
I
ending was a
can
bit weird, but
sometimes,
it is
I can sometimes sort of overlook if the animation isn't great.
Yeah,
Right.
same.
If the story is good, like if I really genuinely love the story, I'll overlook like if the animation isn't the best. Right. As long as it's got a certain standard where it's still. It's not arse like that.
I think it depends on like what kind of anime you're watching, right? Because if you're watching like a rom-com or more maybe psychology
Or like a
philosophy,
thriller or something like
something
that. Yeah.
then animation doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But if you're watching like a fighting anime,
or like
animation needs to be on
yeah.
point. Otherwise,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
There's
They're
nothing
taking like
100%.
over half of what this anime is.
It is. Yeah,
You
they're
know
taking
what I
it
mean?
out.
Because you want to be able to
Literally.
see all of that. Because
Yeah.
that's
So that's the
like,
problem.
otherwise, you just read the manga anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Why would I want to just see still pictures moving like this, bro? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, open up PowerPoint, man.
yeah, for real. Yeah.
And
Okay.
on that, or
Yeah, no, that was my main complaint about Shaman King.
Okay.
Apart from
I
that,
feel
scope.
that. I feel that.
Yeah. And then my second one, which you've already mentioned, is
Seven Deadly Sins.
Because, and I really did want to talk about this, is because of the fact that like I loved Seven Deadly Sins when it came out. Like,
same, I like
like no, bro, no, like I loved it so much. I watched the first season about 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah,
I watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
I've only watched the first season 3 times, but hey ho.
but like no,
Only
only
3
3 times. Only 3 times. Like, you definitely loved it.
I honestly
yeah.
watched
Yeah,
all
I
of it.
enjoyed
I finished it. I actually finished it all.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Literally a
I
couple
watched
weeks
all
ago.
of
Do you know,
Just
I
before.
never got. I don't think I could. I know I watched the final season, but I'm fairly sure I didn't watch it towards the end because
Okay.
it just got to that point where it was like, yeah.
I will also finish the movies as well, which I was actually happy because the movies actually go past the ending
Yeah.
Okay.
and it actually completes it.
Okay.
But then they have a new series as well now.
Yeah, I've heard actually.
Which
There's another season now.
a new series.
Oh.
It's actually a continuation, but this is 16 years later.
Okay.
So none of the
I was gonna say,
only one of the main characters is in.
Oh, who is
Arthur.
Okay. Oh.
If you know the end of
Yeah.
the anime,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you know
Arthur, yeah.
it's about him.
Okay.
Oh.
I think he's
Okay.
gone a bit crazy.
Why is in the characters
What, the
gone
new
crazy?
series?
Yes.
Okay,
As in-
add it to my list.
I think he might be the villain.
Oh,
Yes,
swear.
because of the end of what happened with.
You just
No.
mention it, bro, because it doesn't really matter.
Chaos. You don't remember Chaos?
That was the villain. I say the villain, you know, the guy that corrupted the fucking.
Remember that cat thing that was on Arthur all the time?
Yeah. I know who you're on
Oh,
about.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it became Chaos.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Shit.
Basically-
I'm sorry. I watched this like.
Years ago as well.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, there's the angels, the demons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before them, there was Chaos, who kind of created them.
Okay.
And you see this in a movie if you watch the movie, do you want me to spoil it for you? Do you want to?
Yeah, might as well go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, in the movie, there's 2 movies. One movie is about some devils that come back, which was actually pretty sick. Because you get to see Escanor doing his stuff because,
Escanor is a G, bro.
But in the next one, Escanor, this is after Escanor's dead.
Right.
So he's gone. And this is actually from above. Because in the anime, they never talk about the angels and what happened to the actual mother. They never talk about
the king and queen.
No, just the queen. Because there's a mother, and then obviously at hell there's
the king, the demon king.
They never talk about her, but she comes in the actual
in the movie.
Okay. And basically, what it is about is that they're both created by Chaos. Chaos basically created them to start the wars, to always be warring with each other. That's what the war is about. Just to cause chaos. That's literally it.
Okay.
That's literally the wars mean nothing. Fuck. And the chaos, that cat thing and that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And that Arthur absorbed it, and now he's the king of chaos. This is what the new anime is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Shit, I have to watch that.
And I was happy that I got some resolution in the movie at least, because the show. I mean, after season 2, like season 2's peak, like Escanor coming in doing all his bits, is actually beyond peak. I don't know what to call it. It's actually crazy.
This is in the movies.
No. Still about season 2.
Okay. But and then season 3 and 4, like it just felt so empty.
Yeah, I did feel as I was watching more and more. I was like, yo, like I feel like they're just throwing in random shit.
This is what I was just about to say. Like I felt like, because season 1 for me, amazing. Like it would like. The way they introduced the characters, everything, amazing, right? Like I think it was done very well. Season 2, it felt like it just continued from season 1.
I mean, right? I think season 2 is sick. I
mean,
you got the 10 commandments, you got the 7 deadly sins,
100%.
Each commandment has their own little thing.
Yeah. Bro, even the moment when Escanor was fighting, is it Gladius? I think is his name.
Something like that.
He's one of the commandments, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you run away.
Yeah. And my man, bro. It's just the way he comes out, and then, because my man tries to pick up his axe, and he's just there, like
what?
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. This is an axe, but it's an axe that apparently that looks like it should be used by one hand, and then he's like, yes, it should be, and he just comes and picks up. Yeah, that whole scene is so fucking sick.
Every time he showed up, it was too sick in season 2.
Yeah,
but the problem was after season 2, the animation studios changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
it dipped. So season 3, 4 was just garbage.
But
it was
not just even in terms of like the animation, but I felt like the story got so convoluted in my opinion. Like it just got so complicated. I feel like
I get what you're
saying. For no reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love getting backstory and like things that make the current situation in the story make more sense, right? But it felt like it got so complicated because like they intertwined so many different things together where it was like, did we really need to have this connected with this to give us this result? Do you see what I mean? Like there was a lot of that. It wasn't just in one case. It was like that with a lot.
I was like, yo, what the?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then it also makes you question, like, but why did that need to be there for that to happen? That could have just happened anyway. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And
I think also the way they did storytelling also changed from season 2 to 3. I could tell.
Yeah.
Like the story, I don't know, the art style changed, animation changed, and also the way they told the story.
Yeah.
And also the way the characters spoke as well. Everything just kind of changed.
Different.
And I don't really understand why, apart from the animation. I know animation. I didn't look into the other 2, but it did all change. And I think that's why it kind of got worse.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame because it was so good.
It was
7 out of 10 was going to be peak, bro.
It was. Apart from Meliodas being a bit too pervy. I mean, which makes sense later on.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of creepy. But I like it a lot.
And I think he had one of the most broken like powers in an anime in general. Like, do you know how broken of a move that is, bro? Like the fact that you can literally just counter anything. Like it don't matter.
Was it double?
Oh, physical attacks. Yeah.
Double it backwards, didn't it?
Yeah. But like his brother technically had
the physical
version.
But that wasn't really his brother.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was the he was the original holder of Escanor's power.
Sunshine.
Yeah. Escanor's power, yeah.
It was a bit crazy.
Which is mad. But the power was technically the Demon King's power, just giving it to...
No. Sunshine was actually his full
No,
power.
Sunshine is the angel's original power,
Yeah.
but the physical full counter is one of the Demon King's powers that he bestowed upon one of his sons. Yeah. But what was the power of the other brother, the one that looked like Meliodas?
Piety. You can't, if you run away from him, you then become his minion.
Oh, okay.
Basically, so you can't show his back to him. You have to always face him.
Okay.
It's similar to the other one, but the effect is different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, like that's another thing.
I don't remember that guy.
That's another thing that I loved about the anime was the actual powers in themselves were very unique.
Yeah, very cool. Like everyone had their
Very
own,
interesting.
very interesting
like
powers.
there was no sort of overlapping of things to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because like when you see some powers in animes, like they always have some sort of overlapping in them. But with them, like I don't remember off the top of my head like any.
Everyone had like
their
its
own
respective-
unique. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that was sick about.
Yeah.
I mean,
7.
there's only there's a couple things I do kind of appreciate they did in season 4 and 3. Finally, in 4, they finally gave Ban his upgrade because he
Ban
was useless.
Oh man, as I was watching the show, I was like, yo, everyone's getting sick, but Ban is just being
That's
nice.
dead.
He's just dead.
Yeah,
That's
he's just
it.
dead. And when he got introduced, you think, oh, this guy's sick.
Yeah.
And he's not just your.
I mean, you
might think he's just like your Vegeta character, but he's not a Vegeta
No,
character.
but you have to
Bro.
deep it as
There's no
well.
way
He
like
was
that.
one of the only characters as well that would compete with Meliodas as well, and he never got the.
Oh my god, nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Nothing
he got
until-
nothing until finally he went into the demon world. And I was like, yeah, this is sick.
Yeah,
This
My
is
guy
sick.
with his hood up and everything, just walking through, innit?
Wow, and he
Come
came
on.
out like a fucking savage.
Bro, he came out. He was actually so OP. In fact, in the movie, when he finally gets the goddess, he's the only one who can actually stand up to her.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the crew was like, oh shit. And Escalon's not about. He's like, shooting himself. So I was like, this is sick. This is sick.
Okay.
And another thing that gassed me in one of the movies, the first movie, some of the demons coming out and basically they're angry about some stuff, and one of them hit him, and Meliodas was like, "Oh, I know people way stronger than you," and he was talking about Escalon, and I was like, "Rest in peace, man, Escalon, man, rest in peace."
Ah, so sad, bro.
My boy,
That part was so
Wait, did he
sad.
actually die?
he did.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
He died in season 4 after they fought the demon lord
Oh, he had to give up his. Yeah.
because he used all his sunshine. Yeah, they killed him in the end.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Dude, that was hard, man. I was
Yeah.
thinking, damn.
Yeah, I miss him. But the movies gave me a bit of
Okay.
A little bit of like.
kind of gas, man. I need to put that on my rewatch list.
Yeah,
man.
watch both of those. Watch Black Clover 1 too. Watch them.
Yeah.
I might have to watch all of Seven Deadly Sins again.
I will, bro, because like I said, I enjoyed that.
Because the
I
thing
really
is as
enjoyed
well,
that.
because where there was, it felt like there was quite a bit of a break in between, like season 3 and 4. I think it was.
I think, yeah, there was a bit.
There was a little bit of a break in it,
Yeah,
and like
break.
I lost track of everything that was going on, so it was hard for me to get back into it in season 4. So I might have to go back and just watch it all in one go now that it's sort of
It's all there.
You'll see just how the shift, because season 1, 2 was so enjoyable. When I got to 3, I just wasn't interested, and it wasn't just animation; it was just more than that.
Bro,
So,
I mean, me saying that I watched it, like, I'm sure it was at least 5 times the first season, because I genuinely loved it.
And when I went back, I was expecting myself to be like, damn, maybe this wasn't as good as I remember. But when I watched it, I was like, yo, this is actually sick.
Like what the
I'm having
first
so
2
much
seasons.
fun. Yeah, I'm having so much fun watching this. It's great. So
It was
yeah.
really good.
man.
Like even like, because I think I've mentioned this on the podcast a lot as well. Is like any sort of action or serious like anime. I love when they put in like comedic factors into it, because it makes it more like, even though it's meant to be serious, like they make you forget that, and they and they add in this
Couple
little
jokes
light-hearted
here,
moments here and there, and I
yeah.
love that. And I think like Seven Deadly Sins did that fairly well in the first season, especially.
And they did some really, as well, they did some really good serious moments too. Like one moment that actually really got to me was actually Ban and his that guy who looked after him, Gafado, I think his name was, the one, that beast man.
Oh yeah, his adopted
that got
father.
to me. That got to me.
man,
And I was like,
that shit,
oh
man, that was
Like,
so
damn.
peak. That was so peak, bro. The fact that he had to choose between his real son and his adopted son. You know how mad of a choice that is to have to make.
And his real son died anyway.
Yeah. Like, he picked that. Let's be honest, right? Yeah, like, you can't blame him for picking his real son,
you
obviously,
can't,
right?
you
Yeah.
can't.
And then the fact that he did, and then he still lost. Well, from his
Well,
perspective,
he thought he lost Ban as well.
both of them.
So he lost both. He lost both.
And the fact that he got to see at least Ban at the end, like, which is nice, but still, like,
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that got to me.
the storytelling in the first 2 seasons, especially the first season, like, so good, so good.
I think we need to start
I think that's it. Like, anything else that anyone wants to add in before we wrap it up? Any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
I said Berserk. That's pretty much it. When they turned this to anime, this wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't actually.
I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head right now, but I don't really have any like. No, I don't think there is much else.
I can't really think. Oh well, I say I can't really think. I'll throw Tower of God out there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
season 1
was sick.
Was nice. I was hating on it like I said before, but I actually enjoyed it. And the season 2 is a bit like okay.
The other one.
So did you finish season 2? Because remember we were talking about this.
Yeah, I finished season 2. The story gets a bit mad near the end. It did. One thing I just didn't get is the tower climbing.
Yeah, they never really explain it properly. Yeah,
the whole world itself, like it kind of makes no sense.
They make it sound like it's an actual tower, but then when you look at the landscapes and everything's going on, this isn't a tower.
Nah. Like
what is this?
It's like the world itself is the tower, but the way they make it sound like you climb
flat Earth theory.
Like, you can go. Like you can go back and forth and shit. It's really weird because when you first watch it, it makes it look like it's a competition.
Yeah,
who can get to the top.
And there's like no one in there. It's just like you have to go up, but then you start seeing that people living on level 20.
Yeah, like regular. Oh yeah, I need to do this. So I can
regular.
I think, wait, what's going on?
But they never go into that ever.
Nah, there's no real good proper law explaining episodes. Like you just have to accept how it is.
So weird.
And I mean, even like the reason for season 2, right? Because the main character ends up working for like the terrorist organization. Yeah, that's it. Vago. Like at the start, when you watch season 2, it makes it seem like, my man has no option but to work for these men, right? And then you get near to the end, and it's like, man had options the whole time.
You had options. So what?
Exactly.
Did they ever talk about why?
It's just the way that they get to it. It's like, okay, at the start, it's kind of like, you're in a room, you ain't got your boys there, so it makes it seem like, if you don't help us out, like, you get mashed up, right? But now that your boys are there, like, yeah, what?
Oh, I see.
That kind of effect.
That.
Yeah, like, so it was just strange how we got there, and then obviously the animations.
It was garbage.
Yeah, it was.
If you watch season 1 and watch season 2, you see the differences. That's insane.
Yeah, season 1 was actually sick. But yeah, that's an honorable mention for something that fell off.
That's fair enough. But
yeah, man.
Nothing else for me?
No. So that was that, guys. Yeah. If you have any animes that you think that would be included in our list, drop them down in the comments. We are always there to respond. We always are there to respond, literally.
Yeah, and if you
all three of us.
And if you think you're a bit too hard on Monster and Wilds, leave a comment down below. It's not like we don't like the game. We like the game. At least I do.
I love the game, but like it just felt like a bit of a disappointment as we've obviously gone over. Yeah, but I'm a diehard fan of the game, so I feel like it's fair for me to be critical like that as well.
Yeah, facts.
But guys, that's that. We have been the Smash Brothers. Like, subscribe, watch all of our other content. Play with Jay. Nova streaming. I stream. You'll see us play Monster Hunter regardless. So, like, even though as much as we are going to criticize it, we're still going to play the game. Yes, so you will see that. And yeah, just love and peace.
See you guys.
Peace.